I've just finished editing my day in the life of an affiliate marketer stroke SEO video, which is an epic 35 minutes in length. I actually think this is possibly one of the most boring videos that I've ever put together, but if you are interested in what I actually do on a day-to-day basis, then this is my reality, and I hope you enjoy the video. Okay, so it's first thing in the morning and I'm having to be a little bit quiet because everyone else is still in bed. It's just 6:15 a.m. First thing I do every single day, head to the fridge, overnight oats, pre-prepared. It's just a habit, it's quick, it's easy. So yeah, I'm going to start the day off with this and then head to the gym. I've just arrived at the gym, and I know it seems to be like one of those things that everyone says that they do, but this is how I start every Monday. I always go first thing in the morning because, quite frankly, if I don't go when I first get up, I'll just make an excuse during the day. And I do like to start the day or the week off at least with having accomplished something. And again, I know that's a bit of a pretentious and an often used phrase, but it is actually true in this case. So yeah, I've just arrived at the gym and head in, probably do a workout for about 45 minutes and then head back out. So that's the gym done, thankfully, for the day. I tend to go 3 or 4 times per week, and then usually supplement that with a bit of just walking, to be honest, and occasionally a bit of badminton once a week. But the reality is that is actually the easiest part of my day. At least it's kind of my solitude, really, because the next part is going to be a little bit more hectic, which is getting the kids ready for school. So, well, they kind of get themselves ready, but you'll see, it's a little bit of a battle. And it's raining today, so they're not going to want to walk either, but I always make them. So let's see how it goes.
No, we're not going to do it.
Okay. Okay, so I've just got back from the gym, and as you see, the office is a mess. Did not tidy it at the end of Friday, which I normally would do. So that's probably one of the first things I'll do this week. Just check the mic's actually on. Yeah, it looks like it is. So normally what I do just before having a shower is I check rankings, client sites and my own affiliate sites. Got a couple of age domains that I'm working on at the moment. One is the age domain case study that is going really well, and there'll be an update on that out next week, so be sure to check out for that. And the other one is one that I'm running privately, and they're both looking really good actually. You see a little bit of movement each day on those. Hello. Oh, and that was super fast getting dressed for school. Well done. Okay. Hair still needs to be done though, doesn't it? But yeah, the age domain case study rankings are looking really, really good. And yeah, it doesn't look like there's a huge amount of movement across sites, which is nice to see after the last few weeks. Client sites are looking good. Yeah, so everything looks okay there. So I'm going to go and get a shower and then take these little monsters to school, and then the day starts. Oh, look at this one, she's ready. Okay, so we're on the school run. Actually wasn't that difficult getting the kids out. Might have to do, look at this one trying to be in the shot. Yeah, we might have to do this every day, doing this video, because for some reason they seem to get ready quicker. So doing the school run is going to take about 15 minutes there and about 10 minutes back, because I walk a bit faster than they do. It's just a nice way to start the day, although it is raining today, so it's not the most pleasant. Just back from the school run, and this is typically when the majority of my working day takes place. So kind of between 9 and 3 p.m. So 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. But I always start the day with a tea, and I'm trying to cut down on caffeine and be a little bit healthier. I found these herbal teas, so I'm going to start the day with one of them. Probably going to realise after this video that a lot of my life revolves around food and drink. So these are the teas that I've recently discovered, and I really like them. I've got 4 different types. The one I'm having this morning is an Energize, which I believe is a green tea, cocoa and ginger. It actually tastes much better than it sounds. Okay, so sat here in the office. First thing I typically do is check out my to-do list for the day. So there's not a lot on it today, to be honest, because I knew that I was going to be recording this video. I didn't put a huge amount on there, other than working through some client stuff. I've got a VAT issue that I need to look at for my core business because my affiliate sites have surpassed the threshold for VAT registration. That is something that I now need to look at. My client business is VAT registered, but my affiliate business at the moment isn't. But that, like I said, that now needs to be looked at. So I'm going to be looking at that today. I've got a review to write. I've got some products to test, and I've got some client stuff, a domain transfer that's going through for a client, a couple of on-page bits again for client work, and then yeah, and really it'll be going through the affiliate sites. I've got some work to do on Summer Analytics, which is the age domain case study, and then I've got some content that should be ready for publication that has been written and then edited by my editor. But I always like to have that final say, go in, take a look, and then hit publish. So I think if we go in and take a look at that, about 4 pieces of content that's ready to publish that the editor has looked at. And to be honest, because all that's been done, it's been written, it's been edited, it is a really quick process for me. It's a case of probably 5 minutes per article. And that is one thing that I've learned over the last 12 months is about getting these systems in place. And that is what has allowed me to scale up. Now, I have also already had a phone call from a client, and I don't get too many client calls, to be honest. And this one in particular, I don't think I've spoken to her for probably 5-6 months. I don't know if I've spoken to her this year. So I think it's just a quick technical email issue, so it shouldn't be too difficult to resolve. So we'll go and give her a call back.
Hi Jason, you alright?
Hi Joe, yes I'm good thanks, how are you?
Oh, don't ask.
Oh no. Oh no, no. Yeah. Yeah, so you do. Are you using a Mac? It's a MacBook, isn't it? Yeah, and you're using the Microsoft Outlook app on the Mac. Yeah. What you need to do, if you click accept or what the yeah, so if you select allow. All right. Okay, take care, Joe. Speak to you soon. Okay, bye. Bye. That's what we like, nice, quick and easy ones. So yes, I'm going to crack on with the day. I'm going to check in every now and again just to say what I'm doing, but I'm pretty disciplined. So typically from now until around 3 o'clock, this is where I'm going to be, other than for topping up on the herbal tea, lunch, and sometimes I'll do a kind of mid-afternoon walk just to kind of reset my kind of concentration levels. It stopped raining, so hopefully we're going to be good. So yeah, I'll check in with you in a bit. And one other thing that I do each morning is just check in with my sleep data from the night before. So you've probably seen it on some of my videos. I use this ring, the Aura ring. If you've ever followed Matt Diggerty, he uses it too, and I think that was where I first came across it. I used to use a Whoop band. So if you watch my very early videos, I think you will actually see a Whoop band on my wrist, which essentially did the same thing. But the Aura Ring I find is much more accurate when it comes to the sleep tracking, and that's what I'm most interested in. So I usually just check in with that, see how you know, what my signs are looking like. I had a pretty heavy weekend, so it's probably not going to look great. But to be fair, looking at this, I had 7 hours and 16 minutes of actual sleep. I was in bed for 8 hours and 5. Yeah, my deep sleep was an hour and 16 minutes, which is a bit lower than usual. Since I've been drinking these teas and cutting down on normal tea, and I don't drink coffee by the way, my deep sleep has been getting up to about 2 hours a night, and previous to that, some nights I wouldn't even get an hour. And I do think that has had a big impact just overall on how I feel on a day-to-day basis, just feeling a little bit less sluggish. I've just fired up one of my affiliate sites, which I'm going to publish a couple of pieces of content, and then I'm going to crack on and do some writing. I tend to try and do the writing in the morning because I find that I'm a bit more focused, and then I do some of my other tasks in an afternoon. So it's absolutely chucking it down with rain again, and this office of mine actually used to be a garage, so I had it converted, and it still has a flat roof, so when it rains you can really hear it. I don't know if you can fully appreciate how noisy that is, probably not with this mic, but it's chucking it down. It's absolutely chucking it down. Anyway, right this moment, and by the way, the office is an absolute state at the moment. It's not looking particularly tidy, but I've just about an hour into the day so far. Almost time for another cup of tea. So far, I've published 2 pieces of content that have been sent over, and I've just logged into the back end of the YouTube channel. This afternoon I'm going to be planning the next YouTube video. Usually I record on a Monday or a Tuesday, so that's why my day is a little bit lighter today, because I would normally be spending a good chunk of time planning or recording the YouTube video. But yeah, I'm just going to hop into the back end. I don't know if you can see this. This is kind of what it looks like. So it tells me how many subs we've got. There's a comment in there. That's a really nice comment. Thank you so much. You're doing a great job. Welcome to summer in the UK. I mentioned earlier, one of the things I've got to do today is to review a product, and I've been testing this product for a couple of weeks already, but it's actually a really expensive device. I think it's about 300 quid, 350 quid, and they sent it me to review it. And essentially it's a device that assesses your metabolism, so whether your body is currently burning fat or carbs and what state your body is currently in. And then that's supposed to inform your diet and nutrition and when to work out and when to eat fatty foods and other things. Not 100% convinced on it yet, but the technology seems pretty good, so I'm going to test this now and see how we get on with that. And then I've got to start writing the review. So I think this review is probably going to take a week or 2 to write, so I'm not going to complete it today, but probably aim to write the first 1,000 words of it. It's going to be about a 3,000 or 4,000 word review. Just completed the first part of that review write-up, and we got 1,113 words. So quite happy with that. That's the intro pretty much done and an overview of the product. And now really I've got to test it. I've got to test it for a good week or 2, and then I'll probably write the review in stages. So next up for my day, I've got 2 pieces of content for my Age Domain website, so one for each. Because these are new sites and because one is a case study site in particular, I am doing the editing of the content that comes in from the writer for those. So I'm going to head on and do that in a second, but first off I need to go and pop something in the oven ready for my lunch. And this is probably one of my favourite things about working from home, is that I can eat what I want, when I want, and try and keep it fairly simple but also fairly healthy. When I first started working at home, I was really unhealthy. I was eating biscuits with every single cup of tea that I made. I was eating food that probably wasn't that healthy, whereas now things like chicken, rice, some veggies mixed in, trying to prep in advance if possible as well, just keeps it simple. Chicken's just going to go straight in the oven for half an hour, 35 minutes, and then I'm going to use some pre-prepared rice, some veggies, throw it all in, and it's actually pretty quick and simple. So while the chicken's cooking, I'm going to go back and work. What I'm also going to do is prep one for tomorrow, so that's done in advance. What flavour shall we go for today? I think peri peri is a favourite. So we just get this nice seasoning mix. I told you I'm obsessed with food. This stuff tastes fantastic. Just mix that in with a bit of olive oil. And then a nice bit of lemon juice. Try not to get the pips in there. And just give all that a nice mix up. And this is going to taste so good. And I tend to have this most days for lunch. Okay, so that's just going to go in the oven for 35 minutes or so. And then it'll be lunchtime. One of my favourite times of the day is a meal time, and typically I'll be sat in here in the garden and I'll watch it. Usually what I'll do is I'll eat my lunch while watching a YouTube video, and that YouTube video could be on anything. It could be, usually it's something that I'm trying to learn about. It tends to be work related. So it might be a channel to do with niche websites, but at the moment it tends to be videos around editing, YouTube, how to be successful on YouTube, that type of stuff. So I'm learning a lot about the process of filmmaking and all that sort of good stuff. But yeah, so that you know, this will be 15-20 minutes, sitting, eating, relaxing for a little bit, and then pretty much straight back to work. Approaching 1 p.m. and it's time for my only proper cup of tea of the day. But in other news, the sun is out. The sun is shining. You see, it doesn't always rain in the UK. And then in other unrelated to weather news, I've just checked the analytics for Summer Analytics, the age domain case study, and we've had another conversion. So that is great to see, and I'll be releasing the next case study update for that either at the end of this week or next week. So if you're not subscribed, make sure you do subscribe to get the notification when that video comes out. It's only 2 months old, that site, and it's made sales this month. The last time I updated, it wasn't even getting indexed. So some big news to come on that, and I'm really pleased with the progress that that site has made this month. That's going to be a pretty major update, very in-depth, lots of info in there. So yeah, be sure to check that out. It's coming soon. I'm back in the office, doing pretty well actually today. I think this morning I published 2, maybe 3 articles, the ones that were pre-written. Of course, I've done over 1,000 words on that review that I was writing myself, and just after lunch I've just edited, proofread and published an article for Summer Analytics, which you can go on the website and see that. That was the MindLab Pro versus Adderall review, or comparison if you like. And now I'm just going in and I've got another piece of content that's been sent in by one of my writers for my other age domain site. So this probably is going to take me about 20 minutes, 25 minutes. And actually, jumping back in, I did mean to say, just give you a bit of an overview as to what I actually do with these articles when they come in from the writer. So the first thing that I do is I'll jump over to Copyscape and pop the article in there just to make sure that it's not plagiarised and there are no duplicate content issues. On the whole, my writers are really good and I don't tend to have any issues with them. If I do, I just send them back to the writer, send them the Copyscape link, because it will actually show them where the duplicate content is. And usually it's not really duplicate content, it's just that some of the phrases that have been used are a little bit similar. And then they send it back. So that's the first step. This one was perfect. There were no matching results found whatsoever. So it's now in the back end of WordPress. I'm using GeneratePress theme. And the first thing that I will do now is I will go in and format the headings, and then I will proofread it, make any changes that need to be made, and then pop in the images, buttons, look at the meta title and description that I want, make sure the URL is structured how I want, and then link it, add it to my rank tracker, and that's it. So like I say, it probably about a 25-minute job, and we'll see how we go. Okay, so just coming out for a little walk, just find this resets the brain, just gives me a bit more focus when I go back. I could just sit in the office and procrastinate for 15-20 minutes, but it's much better to get out, get a few steps in. It's lovely down here as well. It's, like I said, the sun's out now, which is fantastic. What a change from this morning. And I'm really lucky to have this little stream and this wooded area, park, right on the doorstep. So I've got to use it really. And as much as possible, I try not to look at my phone while on this walk, just take in the kind of green space. Like I say, I think it's just good for your kind of state of mind, and it definitely helps from a concentration point of view. So when I go back, obviously. So yeah, it's really good. It's really good. Apologies if this is a bit shaky, because I did forget the gimbal on this one, but you get the idea. So it's about a 20-minute walk in total, 25. Head back in about 10 minutes, and then yeah, a bit more work to do before I pick the kids up from school. Okay, so I'm back again with another tea. This one's the Focus one, so no caffeine in that one, but I do find that it helps. And I think the afternoon is the time when we all tend to lose focus a little bit, isn't it? One of the things, by the way, one of the bad things about working from home, and you know, some of you might already know this, but I tend to find these little notes around the place. I don't know if that's the wrong way around on the camera, but it says washing please. And my wife likes to leave me those fairly often, usually at least 3 or 4 times a week, and she puts it on my desk so that I don't forget. And essentially what it's asking me to do is to put the washing out on the washing line. So that is one negative. But I thought it was just worth having a quick chat about the amount of hours that I work. Because some people might be surprised that I work kind of 9 till 3, 9 till 4. Other people might think that that's abnormal, I don't know. Some people might think that's completely normal. But the reason that I do that is because at the moment I'm growing the business. I could probably get away with working about 2 hours a day, if I'm completely honest, purely on my affiliate sites. Probably less than that actually. I would actually say I could probably get away with working about 4 or 5 hours a week on my affiliate sites, but that would mean not growing them. That would mean not setting up new ones and trying to grow that revenue stream. I did a video at the start of, I think it was the beginning of 2022, where I said I set out goals for my affiliate income, and essentially the goal for the end of the year was to be at 20k per month. I'm still not there, but I've made good strides this year into that goal, and that would not be possible, or at least I would not be working towards a 20k month if I wasn't working 4, 5, 6 hours a day. It just wouldn't be possible. And of course the other side of it is that I do have clients that I work for, and that takes up probably 3 or 4 hours each day too. So there is a balance, and it's finding that balance is the key. But the point I'm trying to make here is, if your main goal is to work less and have a good standard of life, then that is extremely achievable, and I could do that right now and be very, very comfortable. But I want to grow, and that's why I work the hours that I do at the moment. Plus, I do quite like structure, so by having that kind of 9 till 3 time frame, it does keep me disciplined, and it does give me that structure to my day that I think we all kind of want, really. So yeah. So I'm now going into the content planning. So I know you can't see the screen, but I have a content plan that I put together each month. And on July's plan, one of my writers is actually taking the month off. One of my he's pretty much a full-time writer for me. He's taking the whole month off. So I gave him extra work last month. So I've got stuff in the pipeline that's going to come in this month. So the content plan is not quite as in depth as it usually would be. So there are 20 articles on here that I've got planned. So the keyword research is done. Now what I need to do is to put all this together into, there are 3 writers there that's got to go to. So I've got one writer who works in one particular niche, and I'm going to put all that together now into an email. So in the instructions, in the format that he understands, so that he has got his work for the entire month of July. And I've got to do the same with my other writer, and then the same with the other one. This is a task. This is probably the most time-consuming task of the month for me. But what it does is, once it's done, is it allows me to be pretty much completely hands-off, because it'll go to the writers, it also goes to the editor, and when the content comes back, it comes to me, but it also goes to the editor. So the editor's job then is to format it, make it all look nice in WordPress, and then all I have to do is go in and put and publish it pretty much, and add the meta title, and even the links. I send all the affiliate links in, so all the affiliate links are done. It's all the affiliate links get cloaked and put into nice buttons and all the rest of it. So it's all done for me. So although this bit is time consuming, the benefit is that I can then be really hands off for the rest of the month until it's time to put out the next content plan, and so on.
We're on our way back from school.
We are on the school run on the way back after did you have a good day?
Yeah.
Oh, good. That's good to hear. What was the best part of your day?
We did art.
Oh, fantastic. So school run complete, came back, finished off the content plan, and it's now getting on for 4:45, which if my kids aren't fed by about 5:30, then they turn into actual monsters. So start prepping dinner. I'm going to do a chicken sausage casserole, which I haven't had for ages. But the great thing with this is chuck it all in a pan, chuck it all in the pot, stick it in the oven, and I can then go and do another half an hour of work while it's cooking. And then by the time my wife comes home from work, we can all sit down and eat, and my working day is complete then. I probably will show you a couple more snippets of my day after that. But yeah, it's this is where I kind of like to be at the end of the day. Because I've got no commute, I find that doing a bit of cooking gives me that kind of time where when I used to teach, I used to have a half an hour drive back and I could kind of clear my mind, have that separation from work. Although I am going to go back and do a little bit more, I just find this to be a nice little wind down. So, and to be honest, there's not a huge amount left for me to do for today, so I might even just go back in, just check a couple of emails and things like that, and it probably isn't going to be too much of a difficult thing to do. So here we are. So the food is cooking in the oven. Wife should be home in around about half an hour, hopefully. And I mean, that's bad, isn't it? I just called her wife. That's so rude. Sorry, I didn't mean to offend anyone by that. Yeah, I'm on the final stretch. It's 5 to 5. And yeah, I'm just checking in with emails. I can see I've got a couple of emails. One from the accountant, so the VAT thing looks like it's getting sorted. One from one of my writers. Got a couple of bits from clients. So I'm just going to work through those at the end of the day now. If there's anything that needs addressing, it will be addressed tomorrow, so that'll go on to tomorrow's to-do list. I'll just go through the to-do list and make sure that everything's been done that needs to be done today, and just so that I know what I've got set up for tomorrow. And at the moment, tomorrow, it looks like I'm going to be spending a good chunk of time editing this video and publishing it. I've got a video that I've also got to prep, which is coming up, hopefully, well, we're recording it on Thursday night this week. It's an interview with a mate of mine who I actually got into niche sites, and he was ridiculously successful with his first ever niche site. So he's agreed to come on and let me ask him questions about how he did it. He still holds a full-time job, how he's kind of managed the two, and really what it was that made him so successful, and anything that people can learn from. He sailed through the last few core updates, so he's not been hit in that way. It was a site set up from scratch, so that is coming in the next couple of weeks. So I'm prepping for that, and yeah, working through some content, a bit of client work, and tomorrow I've worked pretty hard today. I think because I knew I was doing this video, I've been pretty focused in what I've done. I think it's been a good day, to be honest. So I'm going to sign off work-wise from now. I'm taking my daughter to football tonight, under sevens, girls team, absolutely adorable. So I might let you in on a little sneak peek of that. And of course, I'm not going to let you go without seeing a little bit of that chicken sausage casserole, because it smells really good, although you won't be able to smell it. So dinner is served. The kids have no idea. They've just been in a TV coma pretty much since we got home from school. So I'm going to break them out of that now. Unfortunately, my wife got held up at work, so she's not going to be joining us just yet. So hers is staying warm. But yeah, watch this. This is how much they like food. Girls, dinner! Mummy's been held up. She'll be back soon. Okay. Is that good? Fantastic. Off to football then, Em?
Yeah.
Go on then. So this is the final bit of my day, really, taking the little one to football. You enjoy it, don't you, Em?
Yeah.
She absolutely loves it. And to be honest, I like watching. It's a nice end to the day, and then pretty much after that I'll be going home about 7:45 and a couple of hours of chill out time, and that's that. So there's probably not going to be a huge amount more to show you. Might do a little clip montage to finish, we'll see. But I hope you have enjoyed watching a day in the life of an affiliate marketer stroke SEO, and hopefully it's motivated you to want to do this yourself. Cheers guys, good luck with your projects.